The STV Radio Football Show is brought to you by C.R. Smith. C.R. Smith are Scotland's top-rated window and doors company on Trustpilot. They've fitted over 1 million windows and doors across Scotland, offering 0% interest-free credit for up to 5 years, and you'll pay nothing until 2027 at 3.9% APR representative search. C.R. Smith online for more, or head to crsmith.co.uk. Remember, C.R. Smith windows and doors are made in Scotland for Scottish weather. Now, it's time for the podcast.
The STV Radio Football Show, brought to you by C.R. Smith.
Hello and welcome to the STV Radio Football Show, brought to you by C.R. Smith. I am your host, Ronnie Charters. Alongside me this fine Monday morning, our lovely co-host, Ewen Cameron.
Yay!
Who's still in a moon boot.
Still in a moon boot. I've got my shorts on as well.
Yeah, for those listening,
Do you want
he's
to
got
see
his legs out.
Do you want to see a wee bit of leg?
Well, it is.
Does that sound quite creepy?
Yeah.
I'm going to put my moon boot up onto the table there.
That's
There you go. And
Right.
I think I've
Wearing
got...
loose shorts as well.
They are as loose as they come.
Jeez Louise.
God! Did you get a shot of up into my shorts there?
Yeah.
Shall we move on?
Thank God. Callum Bell.
Hi, how are you?
Are you well?
I'm good, thank you. How are you guys? You both having a good day?
We're getting there.
Yeah, I'm having a good day.
We're getting there.
Nice.
What is it? What is
What's
it?
up?
What's he up to?
What's that?
No, what are you doing?
Just
He's holding up a sign that
Just
says
says
Hearts Nil.
Falkirk 1.
No, but it was 1-1.
Oh, yeah.
Put it away, Callum.
Wait,
Put
hold on.
it
Shall
away.
I eat after extra time?
Yeah, we lost on penalties, mate.
You did indeed.
What was it? 5-4 on pens?
Yeah.
I'll just
It was
fix
indeed,
that.
yeah.
Let me just do that.
So we will bring you this fantastic show every week. Ewan won't always be resting a moon boot on the table every Monday. So please like, subscribe and follow on all your platforms. And of course, leave your lovely comments as well. And we have a mixed bag of comments this week, I'd say. People are being nicer to us.
Do you think? Well,
People, I think this is growing on people.
Well, hold on a wee second. You say that. Look at the message here from G. Miller. Never been a big fan of black ice until now. Because obviously I fell on black ice and broke my ankle.
True.
Thanks for that, G. Miller.
However, a better one than that is Mr. Ryan Dunbar. Fair play to you, Ryan. A moon boot wearing a moon boot.
That's good.
Message here from Robert. I like these kind of messages. Brilliant. This is a great listen. Cheers, Robert. You're
Yes,
the
Robert.
man. I don't know, Jai. We'll say Jai. His name's Jai. Ewan changing his stance on who's winning the title every 5 minutes finally broke his ankle.
Because like you're changing stuff.
Changing stance.
clever.
And it broke my ankle.
did.
And then there is the other side of it, Mick Bunsky, who says, I remember when I had COVID, it was funnier than this shite. But
There's other...
What?
I know.
What?
I'm going to draw your attention to this one, which we got, which is the very bottom of your page, from Harry, who says, I'm a casual fan. I'm a Morton fan who lives in the Highlands, and I'm lucky if I make it to 3 games per season. If you were to ask me about Stair Park, I was screaming Stranraer at the screen. How on earth can you pontificate about Scottish football when you don't even know where Scottish teams play? I admire your balls for even attempting to talk about it, because you must surely be aware that even the most ignorant fat punting on the weekend football coupon fan knows where Stranraer play.
Well,
Harry.
I didn't.
No.
I
And
didn't.
also, Harry's username is Harry is Hatless. However, Harry, if you look at your username, I first read it as Harry I Shat Less. So, and any Morton fan that uses the word pontificate can go and take a fly to yourself, okay? Not that we're.
Did you see he bleeped himself there?
I see, I'm doing that as well. I'm very protective over my friends, Callum and you.
Listen, there are 42 clubs playing in the Scottish Football League. Right?
Well done, good maths.
Right, there are 42 clubs.
Do you think Harry knows every single one of them?
I was about to ask that question because I was thinking myself, how many of the 42 clubs would I know the name of their stadium? Let's not put that to the test.
Elgin City.
Let's not put that to the test.
Let's not
Kelly
put that to the
Hearts.
test. Let's not put that to the test. We're
Spartans.
not here to discuss
You know
that.
Spartans, we did it at the weekend.
You did it the weekend.
Who's it?
Ainsley Park.
There you go.
Right.
So, Harry, if you want to come on next week and we'll quiz you about all 42, and if you get any of them wrong, then we can pontificate to you how much you don't know about Scottish football, okay? Thank you, Harry.
He just
will
bleeped
have to bleep that
himself
one,
again.
yeah,
What do you think?
You have to bleep that one.
Some really nice, like this one from DP89-I4L. He said, first time listening to this, decent to be fair.
Yeah, I think it is a decent wee show.
That's nice.
Harry says, oh, it's the same Harry. He's not getting a second
Is it?
read. Aye, look at that. Same Harry.
So as Harry I Shatless.
Yeah. I'm consistent about my opinion, says Ewan. Repeatedly I hear I'm consistent in my stupidity. He doesn't like me, does he?
I think Harry's-
He doesn't like this show at all, but he's
No.
listening.
It's good he's listening.
And he's watching.
I mean,
as
that
well.
hearing and he's commenting.
That point about you being consistent in your stupidity, that's probably more accurate than the first one.
I don't think I'm stupid. I just think people are not as bright or as clever as me.
I like Morgan's one. I know.
I'm at another level. I'm beyond you lot. I'm
Well, leave-
beyond you muppets.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but you can't
I
walk
am.
at a train station. We'll leave the final comment to this one. Morgan, who says, love the show, been watching since episode 1. Always the best part of my week, as well as watching the Gers, but always a laugh to watch. Don't know if you
Cheers,
thought
mate.
about Rangers or what.
Bit of both. Who was that? Who was that?
That was Morgan.
Morgan,
Thanks
you.
for listening and watching, Morgan. And if you want to comment, share, like, subscribe, remember we are YouTube, we are Spotify, we're everywhere in between, and of course the STV player. So, how was
Weekend
your
chat.
weekend? I spent my weekend with you.
You did, actually. We did the STV Radio football show on STV Radio between 2 and 6, and that was one of the quickest 4 hours I've ever worked on.
It was fantastic.
It flew by,
We had
mate.
so many goals.
It was just goal
Great
after goal
tunes.
after goal, great tunes. I mean, the goals. How many times did I play that? Goal flash,
Goal
bed?
flash.
Goal flash.
STV radio football show.
Goal flash, goal flash. It was a great afternoon. I was very excited. We were there in the studio when Dunfermline scored their late winner as well.
See, the min boot nearly came off when Dunfermline scored against Hibs. I don't think the NHS should see you
But
moving about
here's
like
the
that.
thing, though. In the 89th minute, Ronnie did say, I expect a winner. I don't see this going to extra time.
Smart.
I should have
You're
put a bet
another
on it,
level.
though.
You should have
I
put a wee
want
bet on
another
it.
level.
Then in the 91st minute, Hibs going,
Yeah.
chuck one into the back of the net with an own goal.
How was the first show?
It was great.
It was really
It
good.
was good.
I
It was
really
a lot of
enjoyed
fun. Really fun.
People are giving you lots and lots of plaudits and compliments for how good it
Yeah.
sounded.
I
Yeah, it
know.
was good. It was nice. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm happy to be here with the podcast as well because it's like the naughty wee brother of
So
the football
I
show.
did find it a bit difficult not to like
Swear.
swear or put like the wee risky comments or whatever. You have to be so prim and proper. So the first half hour, I'd say I was just tiptoeing my way in and going, yes, you and I completely agree with you. It is going to be a swashbuckling night of football. And then the second hour, you're like, oh, you know what, you can do it. It'll be a bit of fun. So it was
Yeah.
good fun. You went to the Spartans.
I did. I went to the Spartans game. I spoke to you guys on the phone, and then immediately got a text from all of our boss saying, "How pissed were you on the
He
radio?"
was a
then?"
bit pissed, didn't he? I did.
See the full-time whistle? You did sound a wee bit pissed.
Aye.
I swear. So I hadn't had a drink for 90 plus minutes, 120 minutes at that point. 'cause
Had
it'd
you
been
not had a drink?
Promise.
I thought you sounded more pissed every time we spoke. We spoke to you 3 times.
3 times. The
Are
first.
you serious? You didn't have a drink?
And by the end of
swear.
it, when you were describing the penalties, I was like, oh.
I was just caught up in it. It was so exciting, and you could like it was like fever pitch at Ainsley Park. Spartan fans were having the time of their life.
And here's the thing, if you haven't heard, the reason that Callum was at the Spartans game at the weekend is because he is supporting Spartans on this podcast. And because he's supporting Spartans on this podcast, somebody from Spartans contacted Callum and gave him a free ticket.
Oh no, it wasn't just that. It was a boardroom ticket. It was free hospitality.
As I said in the football show on the weekend, Real Madrid, you are my favourite team. I want you to win this weekend. Come on, the mighty Blancos.
And I'd like to get there by private jet
so what's the, so
and a
right.
BMW.
We
I
know
love,
it's-
I love a BMW.
Do you?
And I love a Mercedes. I love a Lexus.
It's naming cars.
Who's Alexis?
No, a Lexus, it's a name of a car.
Rolls
Alright.
Royce while you're
Rolls
at
Royce,
it.
Bentley.
Yep.
I love them all.
They're a League 2 side.
They are.
You're not expecting the Ritz, but how was the hospitality?
So-
and what's the boardroom like?
What I would say is the boardroom is just the upstairs of the community centre.
Fantastic.
It's. Do you know what? I will say this. Like this scarf, Tony, who I went with, my girlfriend's dad, won it in a raffle. They're just a wonderful community club. Like, you know, we all support teams in the top flight, and there's nothing wrong with that. Our team, we all love our own teams, whatever. There's something really sweet about going to a club where everything is just focused, driven towards the community. Every penny spent at the kiosk for food and drink goes back towards community projects. Everyone who works there cares so passionately. There's loads of volunteers. Just a class day out. Can't recommend
That's
it
your
enough.
season ticket sorted for next year.
How much did you get paid to say that today?
About 4 pints.
Aye. So Callum was at the Spartans game. My weekend was with Ronnie Charters, and then I didn't do too much else. There's not much I can do with a broken ankle.
No.
And then did you not have a party to go to on Saturday night?
I was supposed to be at Fraser's brother-in-law's party. However, his other brother-in-law broke his ankle.
Did he?
Same as you. So I'm now surrounded by 2 moon boots.
A bit like this podcast.
Yes. So get well soon, Rory. You fanny for deciding to break your ankle and ruining a Saturday night.
Ruining the Saturday night just because you were
But
playing rugby.
we had a nice wee night at the rugby club, and then I was working at the Auchinleck Celtic game yesterday, which will bring us nicely, I suppose, onto the football, shall we?
Well, you've got a couple of jokes to tell first.
Oh.
Sorry,
Have
lad.
you got one?
I did download one, but I can't remember where I put it.
Download. What are you downloading it for? You can just Google it if you don't have one.
I can't remember.
Right, should I
jokes.
just do one? We'll get to the football.
Well, you go and do what you need to do, and I'll see if I can find my joke.
You need to listen to my joke, though.
I can do 2 things at once. I
I'm
can
not sure
actually.
you can.
You
I can
can't.
look at my phone and
can't
listen
hold,
to you.
You couldn't hold a meal deal and walk out of exhibition centre, so what's the chances that you doing this? Right. What kind of shoes do frogs wear?
What?
What kind of shoes do frogs wear?
I don't know.
Open-toed.
That's really good. That's good. Yep.
I know I'm laughing at my head, but I like that one. That's a good one.
I don't have a joke.
Right, okay.
I don't
so,
have a joke. That was too good. I can't top that.
let's get to the Scottish. I mean, it was a cracking weekend of Scottish Cup 4th round action, wasn't it? Shall we start where it ended last night? Auchinleck Celtic.
Yeah. It was a warm-up
I'll
game.
start by saying I was there. Fair play to Auchinleck. They had a great amount of support. It wasn't at Beechwood. They get moved to Rugby Park. We all know the disappointment about not playing at Beechwood. They had a decent support.
4,000.
Aye. The amount of buses that were there as I was driving in is great. They backed their team. They did as best they could. Fair play. Celtic, however, it's almost like a lose-lose situation. Because see if you pump them 6-0, it's because they're a team full of plumbers and gym instructors. You should beat them 6-0. But see when you don't beat them 6-0, people got on your back because you only beat them 2-0 and you're playing against plumbers and gym instructors. So I don't know where to gauge it, but they are really devoid of quality at the top end of the pitch.
Well,
it's really bad.
It gave Martin O'Neill an opportunity to look at some fringe players.
Correct.
And I don't think any of the fringe players stood out. So he's back to square one.
I think Stephen Welsh, Dane Murray as a Scottish centre-back pairing.
But they weren't tested.
Exactly, I know.
But you can't pick them out. What you're looking at, you're looking at your forward players.
So Johnny Kenny's not got it.
I've never seen someone miss from 8 yards so often.
Johnny Kenny's not got it. He
As a
scored a goal.
striker. It's mad.
But also, and Martin O'Neill mentioned this last week as well in his press. He said it's a bit unfair that the Celtic board have created this situation where you're relying on a guy that's still young, still learning, still plying his trade and trying to make himself as up. He's your focal point. It's too much pressure on him as a young lad. He's not got it yet.
No, Neil Lennon said that he's raw.
Yeah, that's it.
He's raw. And I think Neil Lennon's correct.
So if he was like the third choice striker, learning off 2 experienced strikers, then he would get on now and again. There you go.
I think that there's a player in there. His movement's good, as he showed against Rangers in the Old Firm game. I thought his movement was excellent, got himself into some really good positions, and he could have had a hat-trick in that first half against Rangers. I do think that Celtic fans don't have that much in the way of patience, and they've been getting on at him a bit, and I think that's a wee bit unfair. He's been thrown at the deep end, and that's not his fault.
Yeah, correct.
It's the fault of the board. So I wouldn't be taking my anger or my frustration out on him because he's missed a few chances.
Yeah.
Take your anger and your frustration out at the board. Give the boy a chance. He's been thrown at the deep end, as I said. And listen, I thought he took his goal well. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He's fine. Again, I thought he was...
plumbers and gym instructors.
He was decent enough. But apart from him, was there anyone else that stood out? Is there anyone else that's saying to Martin O'Neill, get me in your first team?
But you can't. It's the same thing. Like Seb Tenecti came on looked good, but he looked good against Auchinleck. It's so hard to judge. One player who didn't look good, Mikel-Ange Balaquisha.
Yep.
Now,
Who is this boy?
Martin O'Neill says he's not a winger because obviously he's had a look at him. So he's put him inside as a number 10, as an inside forward for this game. And he put
Luke McCowan.
on one side. And who was on the other? Maeda on the other. Was it? No.
They paid $5.5 million for him. Balaquisha. $5.5 million.
Celtic board had to convince him to come here. And there was a question that I met I was walking out the rugby park last night, and I was walking the same time as Celtic fans that were chatting away. Loved the podcast, they said, and all this jazz. And I laughed, but I suppose there was a serious point to it. He says, I don't know if I trust the guys in charge to sign anybody else if they're paying £5 million for Balaquisha. If that's identifying a player. And I don't know whether we're just being overly harsh, but he's not started at all well for the money that they've paid out for him. And we are now sitting again. I said last week I couldn't believe that we're sitting on the 11th of January and Celtic haven't signed a striker. I think it's now shambolic that we're sitting in the 19th of January and Celtic haven't signed a striker. We know Martin O'Neill, because we asked him about it last night, was on a scouting mission to look at Maswanisi at Fir Park.
Did you ask him about that yesterday?
We asked him about it last night. He was very coy. He said it was a football mission because they go about scouting every team. They're not playing Motherwell again until like the 14th of March. So it's not you're not scouting Motherwell.
No, you're not.
Also, he was with Mark Fotheringham, one of the Celtic coaches. When Seb Tenecti scored last night, he went and hugged Fotheringham because as I understand it, Fotheringham is working with the wingers at Celtic quite a lot of their movement and stuff. So the reason Fotheringham was there is because he's looking at a winger. So we can just call a spade a spade. They're interested in Maswanisi.
Do you know that for sure?
I haven't had it confirmed because they didn't answer my text, the person that I was speaking to. But I think you can put two together and it will make four with this one. They weren't scouting Motherwell, will they?
Would you expect then Celtic to make a move for Maswanisi before the transfer window closes?
I wouldn't expect. The problem is, if it was a normal functioning football department, I'd probably say yes.
But because
the
they're
way
a basket case of a
I don't
football
think you
club.
can argue anything. The one thing I think you could do, which is maybe a wee bit of soccer genius, they've recalled Stephen Welsh. They played him against Auchinleck. So he has now played for 2 clubs this season. He cannot play for a third club. So if Celtic want to put either Stephen Welsh back out on loan or sell him, he can only go to Motherwell in January. So can Celtic just say to Motherwell, here's £2 million and we'll give you Stephen Welsh on a free? That's no bad, is it?
That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you right now, that's exactly what's going to happen.
But they need to sign a defender first. And so my question... See?
He's smart.
So my question to Motherwell fans is, because we got a lot of stick last week for saying that Bowie's worth 6.5 and maybe you could get Maswanisi for 2-3 million. My question to Motherwell fans is, if Celtic offer £2.5 million and Stephen Welsh, is that enough to get Maswanisi to Parkhead?
Can I go one further? Because after we had that conversation, I was editing the social media video. I texted a pal of mine who's a big Motherwell fan, and I said, how much would you take for Tawanda Maswanisi? And he said 2.5 would be fantastic. And that was without Stephen Welsh. So I think Motherwell fans are a wee bit more realistic about that.
I think they are. $2.5 million.
He's got a few years left in his contract.
Aye, $2.5 million will be unbelievable business for Motherwell, for Maswanisi.
I think they don't need to sell him though. So I don't think 2.5 gets you. I think they could. They know how desperate Celtic are. This is the problem with Celtic's transfer model. Is the entirety of Europe knows that Celtic are now desperate for players. So see your $2.5 million. Do you know what, Motherwell? Make it 4 because they know Celtic are desperate and they know they're willing to pay for it.
But Motherwell can't turn down $2.5 million.
I don't know.
They can't. They can't turn down $2.5 million. I think Maswanisi.
They could, I think, in January. Then have a go again in the summer.
Nah.
Did they not turn down a bigger bid than that for Lennon Miller before they eventually sold him?
Miller went for 3.5, was it?
I think it was closer
we
to
add-ons,
4.
was closer to 4. Listen, Maswanisi for me is one of the players of the season, and he's up there for player of the season as well, as it stands right now. And I think at $2.5 million, you're probably getting a wee bit of a bargain there, but Celtic dealing with Motherwell, but I like the way that you are thinking. I think that Celtic themselves have probably got that in their head, which is why they recalled Welsh. And now they're going to go back to Motherwell and say, right, we want Maswanisi, but we're going to give you X amount, as you say, and we'll give you Stephen Welsh.
But they need to sign a defender first. And I know they're in
Is Carter Vickers out for the season? Is he done?
Yeah,
He's 100% done, is he?
Sadly, he's
right,
done.
Right, okay.
Can I ask you a question, Ron, then,
Yeah.
about Celtic's transfer policy for this window? Do you think they'll sign, Maspanisi aside, are they going to sign permanent players this window?
I
No,
got
it's
a
a loan
text-
market.
I got a text. Not only is it a loan market, I got a text. I'll take it with half a pinch of salt from someone who's in and around the transfer world and deals with Celtic from now and again. Said they are scrambling for loans.
Really?
Take that with a pinch of salt. But it's the loan market.
Yeah.
It has to be, because if you're rebuilding in the summer, and by the way, it's not just a manager you need to appoint in the summer. That whole football department needs wrecked. A GCB has to drive through that football department and rebuild it. It needs absolutely gutted. It's not a fully functioning football department. It's not.
You know what you need in there? You need Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen to go in there and completely
DIY SOS.
DIY SOS or
Parkhead.
something. I was
Paint it green.
I was trying to get a football agent on the podcast today.
Yes.
And I'm not going to name names, but I was trying to get a football agent on. They're very busy at this time of month. And when I was speaking to him, he said, "You can ask me all these questions, but I can't answer any of them." So I says, "Well, there's no point in you coming on then."
Very good point. Yeah,
But what they did say is what you have just confirmed. Celtic are very much in the loan market window.
I think
we here,
they're
though?
looking at loans with options to buy. So,
Yes.
so you have 6 months
Sure.
to have a look at the player. There's no obligation to buy them.
Yes.
So that a manager who'll come in the summer will have 6 months of evidence to say, right, okay, we'll keep him or we'll bin him.
Well, I know Celtic fans know this, and they don't need me to say it. How are we here?
Yep. And we're not just here now, and I'm not having this argument that January is a tough window to buy in.
is.
It's not.
It is, Ronnie.
Ronnie. No, stop the now. Let me
no,
finish.
no.
Matt O'Reilly, Rio Hatate, Nicholas Kuhn, and Daisen Maeda were all signed by Celtic in January. Rangers have just put the upwards of £9 million with an option to buy for Skov Ollison, who's a wonderful player. It's no difficult. If you do your due diligence, if you get your ducks in a row and you spend money, January's not a difficult window.
Can do, but see, generally speaking,
Uh-huh.
January is probably the worst time to try and sign players. And it's also more difficult to
But
sign.
you've only got 2 times in the whole calendar year to sign them.
But it's even more difficult to sign a player when you've got an interim manager who is in place at the moment as well. So it makes it more difficult for Celtic to get business done and to get players through the door. When you've got an interim manager, you've got a football club that's in disarray, and as you say, it needs a JCB put through it. So with all that to consider, I think Celtic will be doing good just to get a couple of half-decent players just to bolster their squad on loan until the end of the campaign, because who is going to sell a half-decent striker in this window?
Everyone's going to have to pay big bucks.
But who is that player? It's not as easy as you say. Oh, let's
I'm not
go
saying
out,
it's easy.
Let's go out and buy a player. It doesn't happen that easily in January.
But people get it done. But clubs are doing it. So
They
I'm
do
not.
do it.
I think that's a really weak argument. If that's the Celtic board's idea of a way of trying to get round the difficult situation, they're onto plums. Fans aren't having it. Last night, every second song in the Celtic fan songbook was sack the board or sign a player. They're singing about signing a player. This is Celtic Football Club. It's mad. And you look at Rangers, who seem to have their ducks in a row. I get the point. These players might not be any good.
Yeah.
Right? And of course, but they're signing players. They have a manager in there long term already, and they have a strategy.
Yeah, they
Same
do.
with Hearts.
Yeah.
Celtic are getting left behind.
Yeah, but I think the Celtic fans and you, Ronnie, I think you have to just wait to see what happens in the next 10 days.
Correct. And I'm told that they're very, very confident of getting at least one in before next weekend.
And Martin O'Neill made...
That doesn't fill me with confidence.
Yeah.
But
I know.
Martin
so
O'Neill-
they think they'll get one
yeah.
in probably before Hearts.
Martin O'Neill was suggesting there might be some movement this week in his interview on Premier Sports last
So
night.
they definitely want 2 strikers, a winger and a defender. Is their
For their aim this month.
correct?
No chance. If you look at the evidence of Celtic in any transfer
Correct.
market in the last,
They signed
18
the
months?
right back.
They need a striker. We
And
all know
Wilfred
that.
Nancy signed the right back.
Yeah.
They need a striker. We know that. And I think they will be going hell for leather to get that striker.
Like they have been the last 19 days.
Well,
That's not very helpful leather for me.
I still think they'll end up with a striker. Who that striker is, I don't know. Ronnie will probably have a better idea than me because he's got better contacts at Celtic
Ronnie
than
has
me.
a better idea than Celtic at this point in time.
Yeah. Do you have any idea what
No.
kind of striker they're looking at or who they're looking at?
See
See the Callum Wilson thing?
Yeah.
I saw him score the winner against Spurs
saw
at the
that,
weekend.
yeah, I know.
So is Callum Wilson still very much a player that they're interested in? And is there negotiations going
I think
on?
it's dead in the water.
You think that's one's dead in the water?
I think when Celtic explored the option, which I love. I mean, the phrases that are being bandied about in this day and age in a transfer window now are monitoring situations, exploring the conditions of a deal. What does that mean? Exploring Celtic are monitoring and exploring the conditions of a deal. Nah, they're no. So
that means they're speaking to agents.
So they inquired. I think they put their toe in the water about Callum Wilson, and the mid music they got back is they'll probably be blown away by Saudi money. So when Martin O'Neill was asked about it, his answer kind of aligned to that by saying he thinks he's going elsewhere, i.e.
Saudi Arabia.
When all these offers, Celtic could put in an offer for him, and when all the offers on the table, you're earning 10 times more in Saudi. I think it's where it's maybe probably going to go. They will probably get a striker in. That's their number one target. Of course it is.
They're going to get a striker. That agent I was talking about, he told me Celtic will get a striker.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get a name, but he wasn't
listen,
jumping.
Get back to the original point. They beat Auchinleck. They were always going to beat Auchinleck. They're through. They've got a home tie against Dundee next. But a huge week. Bologna on Thursday night in the Europa League, trying to keep the Europa League hopes alive. And then the small matter of Tynecastle on Sunday.
Yeah. It's the biggest week in Celtic season.
Colby Donovan said that last night when we interviewed him. He said, we know that the players know this.
Yeah, it's the biggest week in Celtic season because if Hearts were to get a victory, and I don't know how we'll get that victory with all the injuries within the club and the suspensions, but if Hearts were to get a victory and Celtic go 9 points clear, they're gone.
Hearts. A 1-1 draw leading to Falkirk winning 5-4 on penalties. Let's discuss the handball first of all, which was caused a bit of stir online. He's going to keep laughing at you. We'll let him laugh for a second. Was it a handball and should it have been disallowed?
Yeah, I had no issue with the goal being disallowed.
Yeah, it's disallowed.
Someone hits his left hand. It bounces off the back of the Falkirk player, hits the hand of Magnuson, and then it leads to a goal. And he scores with his left foot. I also thought that Magnuson's celebration was a bit muted, like he knew.
Yeah.
It's
always a tell, isn't it?
It was like he said something to Lawrence Shanklin as well, and then the celebration sort of like simmered.
Yeah. I remember when Lawrence Shanklin scored at Ibrox.
The handball.
And he turned around and went, it's handball. It's not going to count, it's handball.
And then the goal was given. He's like, oh, you danced.
So, yeah, Derek McInnes was very much aggrieved of the decision. He thought that VAR shouldn't have intervened because it's not clear and obvious. I think he's got that one wrong. Because
I think what will happen with Derek McInnes, he'll be asked about it again. He'll have another look at it, and I think he'll say, look, I put my hands up. I've got that one wrong. It was a handball. The goal should have been disallowed.
Now, folks, I'll give you a wee insight into our WhatsApp group chat, which the three of us have. I woke up because I was out on Saturday night, woke up on Sunday morning to 106 messages between you two arguing about the fact Ewan seems to think that he thought they were going to get beat, and the fact now that they have the whole league to concentrate on and nothing else is an upside to that defeat. Callum's point is that that's a Diddy mentality to have.
It's a momentum killer.
It's a momentum killer, and it's Lawrence Shanklin injured, and if you're a big team, you want to win every game.
So why do the likes of your Man Cities, your Man Uniteds, etc., all play weekend teams when they play in the cup, when they're chasing the league?
But Hearts didn't.
No, I know that.
What's your point then?
My point is this, and this is where I will be.
Get to it.
I will be critical of Derek McInnes because I actually put in the group chat, and I also said on the STV radio football show that I expected wholesale changes. I didn't expect Shanklin to start. I didn't expect Braga to start. I didn't expect Kizaridis to start. I knew Beningame would start because he's suspended for the Celtic game. But I didn't expect Halkett to start. So I was gobsmacked when that team came through. Because Hearts, for me, in the game against Dundee against 10 men, we looked burst. Holding on for that 1-0 win. Against St Mirren, we played 75 minutes plus with 10 men, and at the end of the game, we looked burst.
Great performances, though, both games.
Totally. And they were very good, but we looked burst and knackered. And this is why I thought we'd make wholesale changes. Derek McInnes had alluded to making changes for the game against Falkirk, because he was talking about 3 games in 6 days. It's taking its toll on the players, playing just with 10 men, etc., and I just think that was one game too many for us in that period of time. And that's why on the day of the game, I fully expected Falkirk to beat us. I really fancied Falkirk to beat us because I thought they were outstanding against Celtic on the Wednesday night and deserved to beat Celtic. So I knew they were going to turn up there. They were confident. We spoke to Cole Donaldson on the STV Radio Football Show.
He was up for it.
He was up for it, and you could tell he was confident ahead of the game. And I think he had the same sort of confidence that I felt, that Hearts were just a bit tired. And we hadn't coped with having 3 games in 6 days. And I think that came through in the game on Saturday night. And I thought Falkirk thoroughly deserved it. And listen, I would love to have been proved wrong. I would love to have been proved wrong. I'd love for the players to go out there and I got us a win and we're in the next round of the Scottish Cup. We didn't. We're out. But I think that helps us in the long term when it comes to
completely disagree.
I do. I think
completely disagree.
No, listen, you look at the Celtic and Rangers fans right now. They're worried that they've got Europe, they've got Scottish Cup ties coming up. They've
But the Scottish Cup ties are a dedicated weekend, and with the greatest respect, the draw's been very kind.
I know,
to both
but
of
what
them.
we can do, like what's happened for Hearts when we weren't involved in the League Cup. We've picked up points and we've been able to get ahead of them. Yeah, we've had they've had games in hand on us, but we've got the points in the bag. It puts the pressure on them.
But you're not going to be playing. You're just going to have a weekend off. You're not going to be playing league
But
games.
sometimes you can bring league games forward if that team's out.
Not happening.
But what's what happened with the League Cup? We brought forward the Falkirk game, etc., 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 and we brought forward the St Mirren game as well. So what I'm saying is that Hearts are in a position now where they can just fully focus on the league. That can't be a bad thing. The problem that Hearts have got is that we have a huge issue in the midfield. Because Devlin is out, Beningame is suspended, Ajew is still injured.
Shanklin's cupped.
Well,
At the time of the recording, we don't know the extent of Shanklin's injury. I think he's maybe going for a scan today.
Derek McInnes has the way he was speaking dropped as the night went on with different newspapers and different TV and radio outlets. We'll see how it is. At the beginning, it was a bad one. To then, it's sort of like simmered to we'll see how it is.
Let's go back to your previous points. And actually, Ronnie, I think I'd like to get your take on this too. I completely disagree that it's a good thing that Hearts are out the Scottish Cup. I think for a team like Hearts to be top of the league and at home against the newly promoted side, who are very good, but let me finish my point, I think that's a really damning indictment that you go into that game, A, expecting to lose it, and then B, do lose it. I think it proves after you lost to St Mirren in the League Cup when you went out at the first phase of that competition that you could as well. The next game, you were 3-0 down against Motherwell, scraped a 3-3 draw.
Was it scraped? It was a brilliant fight back.
You scraped a 3-0
Brilliant
draw.
fight
I think
back.
it kills momentum. For a team like Hearts, you should not be going into a game against Falkirk at home expecting to lose it. I think that attitude is what will get you in more bother than going out of the Scottish Cup and having apparently
Callum,
less
shut
games.
up. Shut up.
I'm not wrong. I know I'm not wrong.
Shut up.
Could you imagine Rangers and Celtic fans going out at this stage of this cup and going, "Oh, that's good for us. That's good for the league."
I think-
Wait, Callum.
That's such a small-time mentality.
You need to shut your face as well. Listen,
Take your hand off my microphone.
No, shut up.
Take your
Because
hand
you've
off my
really annoyed me.
microphone.
40 years ago, Hearts lost the league on the last day of the season.
Yes, you did.
This is where we are right now is unbelievable.
Albert Kidd Day.
Albert Kidd Day.
Albert Kidd Day. That's celebrated every year. Just saying.
Come on, you're making a point.
Keep going.
You're really impassioned.
If you're not going to talk, I'll talk.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Your thoughts are. My problem is.
See that moon boot? That's going to be.
Is it?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. See if you want to be treated now like a big team mentality. You want to win everything. So you going into that game thinking you're going to get beat, it's mad, first of all, right? I think it's mad. Because you're the best team in the league at the moment. You're the best team in Scotland at the moment. However, Callum's point's correct. It is a wee bit of a momentum killer. It is. Because now, all the talk about Hearts is your depleted squad, right? A point I was going to make to you, and I saw it from a Hearts journalist retweeted a Hearts podcaster who, for the first time, I thought was really accusatory towards Derek McInnes. He said, Derek McInnes is running this team into the ground because he knows his formation, he likes his team. You can name the Hearts team straight away. You know it's Kizaridis, it's Braga, and it's Shankland at the top. You know
I
who's
just said that,
I know.
Ronnie.
So
You're not listening to
There
me.
he is.
You're
There
not
he
listening
is.
to me.
There he
I
is,
said,
folks.
did I not just say about 10
Callum.
minutes? Wait, no.
Here we go.
Don't.
Clip this up, folks.
Do you know what? I'm not even on microphone just
Aye.
now. No. You're not listening to a word
I
that I
am
said.
listening
no, you're
to
not.
you. I'm
You're not.
agreeing with
I've
you.
just, no,
My
Ronnie.
point
No,
being is
Ronnie.
I'm going to
Ronnie,
speak calmly and
no,
keep
you're
talking.
not.
The
I'm
child
talking about my club,
might
and
not-
you're saying a lot of shit. You're saying a lot of shit. I said the criticism that I have of Derek McInnes is that he should have rotated the front three.
Did I didn't say you didn't say that.
No.
So what's your point?
You're having a pop at Hearts, right? We have been a breath of fresh air.
I'm not having a pop at Hearts. I'm having a pop at you.
Right. I'm talking about Hearts and why I am not that fussed.
You can speak calmly.
And the
We're all
grand,
friends here.
no.
You're acting like a wee brat.
Yeah, chill out. It's fine. I know your team get beat. You
By
can
the
chill.
way, I have been known to do this before, and I will do it again, and I will leave you two muppets to
I
sit
know,
here
but it'll take you
and
20
host
minutes
this-
to get to the door, so we can still chat about it. So, my point to you is, who's your team then now for Sunday? Because Sunday's a huge match. If Shanklin's out, Beningami's out, Devlin's out, is this...
But see, before we get to that, Ronnie, I want to just point something out to you. I have no issue with Hearts being out of the Scottish Cup, right? I want to put that on record.
Right, that's
Let
where
me
the
make
Diddy...
my point!
That's where the Diddy
Let me
mentality
make my
comes.
point!
The
You
Diddy
keep
mentality.
interrupting
I
me.
know,
You're
because
just
it's
annoying me.
nonsense.
You just interrupted him.
No,
Go
no,
on.
no. I'm making a point. You shut your face, right? Listen to the point that I am making.
Yep.
I don't mind, as a Hearts fan, being out of the Scottish Cup so that we, as Hearts, can now concentrate on the league and put everything into it to win the league.
Okay.
We are 6 points clear at the top of the table. We have not been in this position for 40 years. I would rather be where we are right now and out of the Scottish Cup than being in the Scottish Cup and not being at the top of the league.
Why can't
Do
you
get-
have both?
Wait a minute.
Why can't you
You've
have
got
both?
a lot of bleeping to do, by
Yeah.
the way, my friend.
Why can't you
You've
have-
got a lot of bleeping to do
Why
because the
can't you
more you
have both?
interrupt me, the more pissed off I'm getting.
It's a really simple
I
question.
don't care
Why
about the
can't you have
Scottish
both?
Cup. Listen,
It doesn't have to be one or the other.
Listen.
Celtic and Rangers are both in the
I
next round.
expected to lose because of what happened against Dundee and St Mirren. I expected it. I thought the team looked tired, and I was surprised at Derek McInnes to play the team that he played. He did, and I think Derek McInnes made a mistake, and I think he'll admit to making a mistake there. He should have rotated that front three, and all three players should have been, in my opinion, should have been rested for the Celtic game. That's the game that matters. That's the game that we want to look forward to. Yeah, Falkirk, Scottish Cup, if you get through, fine, you take it. But we need to prioritise our games. And the game that we prioritise, it should have been Celtic. Derek McInnes made a mistake there. My point is this. I don't give a hoot that we're out of the Scottish Cup. My point is this. I want to win the league. And the only way that we are going to win the league is if we prioritise it. Because we don't have the money and the finances of Rangers and Celtic. Rangers have gone out and spent money already. They've already signed quality. We are struggling with our squad right now. It's been running to the ground. We've got suspensions and we've got injuries. We need to deal with that, and we'll find out what happens on Sunday. But as I'm going to repeat, and I'm going to say it for a lot of the Hearts fans, we are going for the league title, and that is what we are prioritising.
Callum Bell.
I think Derek McInnes playing that team is an admission that he thinks the Scottish Cup was extremely important. So if he thinks it, then why don't you think it?
I think that Derek McInnes made an error. And I don't think it's because he thinks the Scottish Cup is just as important as the league. I just think that he's playing the same team week in and week out, week in and week out. And as you alluded to about momentum, keeping that ticking over.
I can see why he's doing it.
But the reason I said to you on Saturday, Ronnie, that I expected wholesale changes, because I watched us against St Mirren and Dundee just previously, and I thought we looked absolutely knackered. And we were running on empty, and I was shocked. And I have to be critical of Derek McInnes. I think he got it wrong. And not only that, he didn't even take Shanklin off. He was going to let him run about for another 30 minutes in extra time.
What is your thoughts on Sunday then? Do you think you're going to get beat?
I fear Sunday. I fear Martin O'Neill. I've always feared Martin O'Neill.
Even after watching Celtic last night?
But again, they get a result, Ronnie.
I know.
Even when they beat Falkirk the other night there.
That was another heavy lift, wasn't it?
His last game in charge against Dundee, it was a poor performance, but they won by a goal to nil.
Last minute winner against St Mirren as well. There's been a lot of those in it.
But it's Martin O'Neill. He just has that effect on the players and the players that come off the bench as well.
So genuinely, who has your options in midfield? Because I don't know the Hearts squad and great guns, but
today is Monday. And Derek McInnes is in a meeting with Graham Jones right now. Well, what time is it?
Who's Graham Jones, for those who don't know?
He's
Sporting director.
Sporting director at Hearts.
It's a 11:15 time
So
recording.
they're in a meeting right now. They're looking to find a midfielder or two to bring
Probably
in.
bring them in before Celtic gets
Aye, they will. I know.
But the way Hearts do their business, you
Right,
wouldn't
so,
be
but who is it?
surprised.
So right now, if it's not them, your midfield and your
Well,
you move
what-
Braga into sense.
So what?
Blair
What'll,
Spittle, maybe?
So what will happen?
Spittle
is-
did well the other night.
He did do well, and he did extremely well against St Mirren as well. Laid
Against
on
St Mirren, that's what I mean. Sorry.
He laid on a goal for Shanklin. When you look at what Derek McInnes did against Falkirk, he put Harry Milne in to that position where Devlin was. I didn't think it worked.
Not against Celtic.
Against your McGregors and Hitatis and
It didn't
Engels
work
and
for
stuff,
me,
yeah.
and he changed it. He did actually change it, and he brought Spittle on. There is a chance that McEntee might be back, so McEntee might go in there alongside Magnuson.
Is Schwalov back?
Schwalov is back. He played. I think Braga will end up playing through the middle if Shanklin doesn't make it. So
And you
Braga will
put
go through the middle.
Spittle up the left.
Spittle possibly up the left. He might just camp the midfielder.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And just he might put a Steinbinder in there or flood it. I don't know, but I think he's going to have to come up with a different game plan, especially when you don't have your two key midfielders.
Yeah. Does a Hearts win bury Celtic's title
Yes,
chances?
it does. And that's why I
Completely.
think... Yeah,
I don't think it does.
that's why I'm upset with McInnes. He had to prioritise that Celtic game, wrap our best players up in cotton wool and kill them off. We had a chance on Sunday to kill them off. And now, with the way things are standing, in my opinion, as it sits right now, Hearts lose on Sunday.
And what does that do if that's the case?
It depends on how we react to it. We've always
I think it
reacted...
depends on how long Shanklin's out for as well.
There's that as well, but we always have reacted pretty well to a defeat. And I think a defeat to Celtic, listen, it doesn't kill us, not a chance. I think we're going to be there or there's about, but it's how we then react off the back and maybe losing to Celtic. And I would put Celtic favourites going into this game, particularly when I expect them to get a striker in this week and will probably be available for that game at Tynecastle. I think it's one of the most fascinating games of the campaign so far.
Next Monday is going to be a belter. It is going to be cracking.
If I was to ask you right now, as it stands right now, with what you know about the Hearts squad, with the injuries and suspensions, and you've got the Celtic situation as well, who wins on Sunday?
I'm going to genuinely sit in the fence and say I don't think Celtic's good enough to win that game at the moment.
Even with the Hearts
I
problems?
think it's a deadlock. I think it's a draw. I think Hearts at Tynecastle will get them a draw.
Mate, if you could give me a draw right now,
I know. Oh, I know.
would
I think-
hug you
I
and
think-
kiss you. I would remove that moon boot from your ass that I've just kicked you with.
Right now, I'm just watching the Celtic team not being cohesive enough for me to think that they can get one. Martin O'Neill's, I know, there's a whole thing with Celtic that they get over the line. I just think Tynecastle, Hearts have still got a decent enough team without Devlin, Beringame and Shanklin. I think they... I'm right now.
Do you
I'm
think,
saying
do you think McInnes
1-0.
do you think McInnes would find a way, as it stands right now?
A way for a draw, no to win it. I can't see Hearts winning it.
Still
and
the
this
best,
is the
best defence in the league, Hearts still?
Yes,
Pretty sure?
Yeah. What about you, Callum? You're looking as a neutral.
It'll be. I think it'll be a draw.
Do you?
I don't think Hearts win it. I think Celtic have got a better chance of winning it than Hearts, but I think it'll be a draw.
That would be an unbelievable result for Hearts if we were to
and it
even get a
also
draw.
would probably be an unbelievable result for Rangers, who, let's get on to them.
I was walking to the train station. I was heading to
Meet me.
to meet you. To meet you. I was heading to Central and I got stopped by a couple of Rangers fans, which is why I was late in meeting you, because I got stopped by a couple of Rangers fans. And I asked the Rangers fans what they were hoping from the Hearts Celtic game at Tynecastle. One of them said they wanted a Celtic win, which in this
Wow.
day and age
Mad, isn't it?
is unheard of. But I understand why, because then it just squeezes the
Yeah,
gap
it's a
up.
compliment to Hearts.
Yeah, it squeezes the gap up. And the other Rangers fan wasn't quite sure, but he's probably thinking more a draw.
Or just didn't want to say Celtic win.
Didn't
Couldn't
want,
get words
but,
out.
but again, he didn't want Hearts winning it.
Interesting.
He did not
That's
want Hearts winning it.
It's a compliment to Hearts.
It
really
is.
is.
But they, by the way, the Rangers fans that I spoke to heading to the train station, they are over the moon with the signings that they've just
Absolutely.
made.
So they a 5-0 win over Annan on Friday night. Again, much like the Celtic one, you can't really read too much into the result. Majowski hat-trick will do him the world of good. He rotated the squad at bits and bobs.
Do you know
Danny Rule.
Do you know the boy I liked when he
Go for
came
it.
on? The new signing. Chiquina. Is it? Chiquani. He looked good. Yeah. He did look good.
I mean, again, he looked good against Annan. Let's take a wee step back. But you're right.
I I did like him against Celtic.
So the
and
fact
also
that
Rangers.
I think it was a power play move by Rangers. You know, bringing out all 3 new signings. There was almost a sellout crowd at Ibrox. Skovolason is that. Let's not make any bones about it. He might not turn out to be the case, but for me right now, that's like a proper statement signing. Option to buy for around 9 million in the summer.
Tells you
this
all,
is
doesn't
where
it?
Rangers now are.
And the thing about the boy they've just signed, Skol Olofsson, 40 caps for Denmark. You don't get 40 caps for Denmark if you're no half decent.
Can he beat Scotland, mind you? But so, go on.
I was actually pissed off when Rangers signed him because I think that could be a game changer for them.
I think many Celtic fans would say the same.
Do you know
hoping
what,
it didn't happen.
Do you know what I'd say about that signing? That signing is a bit like in the noughties when Robbie Keane turned up here. And when Craig Bellamy turned up for Celtic, do you know what I mean? There was always that wee kind of like...
Aaron Ramsey turning up for Rangers.
Aye. But do you know what I'm getting at? It's not at that level.
It could be.
It's not at that level.
But he's not a Robbie Keane.
No, but you've just got that feeling...
It's a bit of a wow factor of signing.
Yeah.
It's the one that Rangers fans... I mean, they've been looking at him for a while, but the fact that Rangers can now sign a guy like that... He spoke after the match, very much as you do, listening to the PR team briefing him, here to join the biggest team in Scotland, here for the project. He's buying into it. I mean, this is a loan move, but he's here. So Rangers are going to pay for him in the summer, I think. And he's going to... We'll find out if he lights it up in the next 6 months. But it just shows you that Rangers have their ducks in a row.
Yeah.
It's a guy that Danny Rule wanted.
Correct.
It's a guy that Rangers have identified.
Yeah.
And they went out and done it.
And the midfielder that they need because Barron's were injured.
Chikwani the same.
Yeah.
Danny Rule liked him. Same way Robbins is the left back. Danny Rule liked him. Rangers went and paid the money, and he's in the door.
But the boy at left back was their second choice. They did want Penrice.
You said that, yeah.
And they
yeah.
did.
But still,
Listen, they did offer a lot of money for
Another
Penrice.
point
This is
to it
the
is...
third podcast in a row where you've said that. We know.
James Penrice is
Jocelyn
agent.
Park this are lucky to be with the Arden League because they just want to stay
Nah,
there.
And he pals with Amy McDonald, aye? You know what? First song on the radio on Saturday,
Was
Amy
it?
McDonald.
Of course it was. Are you on commission? The one thing I would say about Rangers and how it relates to Celtic and Hearts with those 3 signings, see just the mood music around Ibrox. It's so different to Celtic Park and Tynecastle.
mental.
And what it does for fans and for momentum, we've talked about it loads. You know, Hearts are terrified about Sunday because of the players they have out injured. Celtic can't seem to buy a striker no matter how hard they try. Rangers just get it done and look what it does.
The thing
I
about
still don't think Rangers are in great shakes in terms of
they're not brilliant to watch.
Yeah,
they're
no.
not brilliant, but what they're doing is they're getting the results. They're also becoming better defensively. And I would, and I know it alludes back to one of the messages that we read out earlier. I am changing my opinion every single week.
Here we go.
Here we go. And I'm going to make Rangers favourites to win the league.
Yeah, many people are thinking the same thing.
I really do. I
And
think
by the end of this podcast, it'll be Motherwell.
Probably. But I just think, again, as we sit here on a Monday morning, that I think Rangers, for me, are now the favourites to win the league. I think Hearts are second favourites and Celtic are third favourites. And here was me just 4 weeks ago saying Celtic were favourites, Hearts were second favourites, and Rangers were third favourites when they were 12 points behind us. It's remarkable what has happened, and you've got to take your hat off to Danny Rule. What a job that boy has done.
Correct.
And you've also got to say well done to the board because they've backed him in this window,
They have.
and they're doing everything that Celtic are not doing across the road.
They had... Do you think at the beginning of the season it was Patrick Stewart, Kevin Thelwell and Russell Martin in charge? And they were ninth.
say that.
They were ninth in the league.
I know.
They were closer to relegation than they were to the top of the table.
Yeah.
And fair play to Andrew Kavanagh. He's came in. I mean, he stood by Thelwell and Stewart to an extent at the beginning and then realised very quickly, nah, this isn't happening. Cleared the decks. They've now got Jim Gillespie in as CEO. Still looking at the director of football coming in. Brought in Danny Rule and put his hands up and said, listen, we got it wrong, but we're trying to fix it. It's a different... Doesn't feel like... It doesn't feel like the American owners just took over in the summer.
No, that sounds like what you just described there, a proper football club.
There you go.
So you've got Rangers and Hearts who are proper football clubs, and then you've got one of the biggest clubs, not just in Scotland, but in world football, in Celtic, who are a basket case of a club.
Who have Rangers got this weekend?
Dundee
That's
at
in
home.
The next sheet,
Dundee
I'm sure.
at home, it's not.
Is it not? I'm so sorry.
Because
I'll stick 'em on
Livingston...
Tuesday.
It's Dundee at home.
Dundee at home. So there you go. So when Rangers will be playing on the Sunday because it's Europa League night, they've got Ludogorets. I mean, it's much like what we're saying with Derek McInnes is the Rangers just ring the changes. They're out
Yeah.
the Europa League.
It's all about the
Give
league
a
for
few
them.
people in.
It's
keep
all
them
about
in.
it's all about the league for Rangers.
Does Celtic away to Bologna. Does Celtic do anything there?
Well, no, they need what? Still another point?
They need another win, but they're a negative goal difference at the moment. And if they get beat against Bologna, I think it's fair to say they're probably likely out, because I think they're at -4 goals now.
Are they?
I think to get through last season, you needed 10 points and a positive goal difference. So they're sitting in 7 points now. They've got Utrecht in the final game at home.
We should expect them to win.
But I think the goal difference might they might, if they are going through, they're sneaking in the 24th spot.
So what do you think Celtic are thinking?
Well, I'll tell you for why I think Celtic will probably go, do you know what, if we're out, we won't take it too badly, is because Celtic will be unseeded in the draw for the knockouts.
Okay.
Which means their second leg is away from home.
Got ya.
That Thursday night, when they're supposed to be away from home in that knockout round, they travel to Ibrox on the Sunday. So I think Celtic fans would go, do you know what? We've got too much domestically to worry about. We're not going to win the Europa League.
Yeah.
Whoever we get in the next round probably going to pump us anyway.
Yeah.
They'll want to win every game.
Yeah.
But
I get it.
much like yourself with Falkirk, you
Yeah.
can take a step back and go, well, it's not the
You
worst.
can look at the bigger picture. Yeah.
So we've done the big three. Elsewhere in the Scottish Cup this
Oh,
weekend,
Dunfermline.
few shocks.
Unbelievable.
Lenny, he knows how to do it.
Doesn't
He's
he?
still got it.
Doesn't he?
I loved the scenes at East End Park.
It was amazing. The young
Full
team.
crowd.
Yeah.
That's a Scottish Cup tie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, Hibs were on.
They were Kieran Bowie, who were raving about last week.
6.5 million.
He's through 1-1 with the keeper. And see, when he's through 1-1 with the keeper, I'm thinking 1-0 Hibs.
I think David Gray will be kicking himself at
But
it.
that was a really poor finish for Kieran Bowie. I was like, mate.
I mean, they got a bit of luck with the Chaiwa own goal, to be fair. But listen,
Yeah.
I think over the course of the 90 minutes, they were a better team. Well played to Dunfermline. They go through. Motherwell
Wait,
won.
wait. I just want to say one thing about Dunfermline. The young lad, Andy Todd.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good player.
He's got a future.
Yeah.
He's one with the glasses.
Aye,
He is.
Yeah.
He has got a big future, 100%. He won't beat Dunfermline much longer. I think he's a star to look out for in the coming years.
Signed on the same day as his brother as well, so they both play for Dunfermline.
Aye, that's right.
But
Aye.
he's obviously the better brother, which
Yeah.
must be hard for the other one.
And they've
Aye.
got a wee derby in the next round, in the 5th round. Dunfermline at home to Kelty. So another chat. Dunfermline can go on a wee run.
They'll go to the quarterfinals.
They can go on a wee run.
They'll beat Kelty.
Fair play to Lenny. I think the biggest shock factor was Stenhousemuir 4, Greenock Morton 0. And I know Gary Naismith's side are top of League One, and Morton are shaky in the Championship. But to win 4-0, fair play to Gary Naismith and to Stenhousemuir.
Ian Murray was on Sports Scene yesterday for the Aberdeen game. His face was tripping him. He shouldn't have bothered turning up.
And they get another wee derby in the next round. They're at home to Falkirk at Oakview. That'll be a cracker. Probably a TV pick, that one.
Which
Do
one?
you think?
I think so.
Stenhousemuir, Falkirk, they're at the derby.
So we derby, we
Top
local
of League
derby.
One against Falkirk. I
Yeah.
think you'd take that as a TV pick.
Can I just say really quickly, did you watch Sports Scene on Saturday night? Don't know if you guys got the
Dougie
chance.
Donnelly.
Oh, it was so good.
The return of the Dukes. Oh,
brilliant.
He's a class act.
Isn't he?
He's
He
fantastic.
Is. He is. Stephen Thompson must watch that and go, oh, that's how you do it.
I mean, Tom was brand new, but I think it just
yes.
shows you, listen, I don't care
bit of
what age
banter.
you are. You see, if you've just got it, you've got it. And the man is Rolls Royce.
Yes, he is.
Total Rolls
I've
Royce.
spoke to Stephen Thompson about like hosting Sports Scene and everything. And he much prefers to be a pundit and a co-commentator. And I would actually agree with him. I think he is a brilliant co-commentator and he doesn't do it enough.
I think the co-commentary of him and Faddy at the Scotland-Denmark
Brilliant.
game is the greatest. See what I've said about, he's done him. That will go down for me as the greatest co-comms moment I think I've ever had in my life.
I messaged Stephen saying, you need to do more co-commentary.
That's incredible.
I think he's probably one of Scotland's best co-commentators.
Dougie Donnelly back on BBC Sports.
What do
Scene.
you
It
think
was
of Michael
fantastic.
Stewart as a co-commentator? Did we go him on Twitter, didn't you?
Did you see my tweet?
I did.
see your
I
tweet,
did. We've all seen your tweet. The Stuart Kettlewell derby. Yeah. Sadly, Stuart Kettlewell pumped. 1-0 Motherwell against Ross County. Maswinisi. 15 goals this season. Fantastic.
And scored in front of his new manager.
And scoring in front of Martin O'Neill. Aye, so Motherwell go through. Tough. Is that a tough draw away to Pittodrie in the next round? Aberdeen versus Motherwell.
I thought Aberdeen were poor against
They
Race
were.
Rovers.
I think Dougie Emery would be kicking himself. There were a
Aye.
couple of chances.
I think that Dougie Emery will be thinking, God, we could have done better there.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell what the top flight team was. I thought you played excellently.
Oh, you were brilliant.
You were fantastic.
You were. I thought.
So, ladies and gentlemen.
See, for me, I thought you were man of the match.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is this thing going around with friends of ours. There's a picture on the
One of them.
that I look like Scott Brown from Wraith Rovers.
Not that one, the other one.
The Wraith Rovers Scott Brown, the
captain.
the ginger nut.
But there's a resemblance there.
I think
I think you should be asking your mum some questions when you get home.
I think if that looks like me aged about 40 years.
Either speak to your mum or your dad, because who knows? Could be either one of them.
Absolutely, yeah.
So,
it's 2026.
right,
Anything can happen.
Very good. And Wraith Rovers out. Sorry, Scott Brown, you're out, mate.
Do you know what's amazing about that is I put that in the group chat and you were not happy, and then genuinely 3 minutes later, Andrew Petrie, one of the guys who works for BBC, one of the commentators, texted me a picture of him and said, "Ronnie,
I went to
looks-"
uni with Andrew Petrie, did he? Andrew Petrie,
Genuine.
go f*** yourself. You'll need to beat that.
Oh, Andrew!
Love you. Right, let's get to Dundee United 2-0 win over Ayr United.
Yes.
I mean, it's a win.
Do you want to talk about it or not?
We're
you
going
watch
to
it?
zim through it.
I
No,
just
it
watched
was
the
at
highlights.
Spartans.
My dad was at the game, said that the first half was the most forgettable game of football you'll ever see. There was a pitch inspection because the pitch is a nightmare. I don't think that played into either team's hands, but United had loads of chances on goal. Ayr had one shot on target the whole game. So
And
it was always a United
as a
win.
reward, it's a Callum Bell derby. Dundee United against the Spartans. Look at that.
Are we going to, lads?
We should go.
If it's not at 2 p.m. Saturday.
If it's
Aye.
not 2 p.m. on a Saturday,
3
we're
p.m.
going to the
should I
game.
say,
sorry.
Is it Tannadice? isn't it?
Tannadice.
We're going.
We know Spartans
We're
are
going.
through on penalties. Elsewhere and otherwise, Airdrieonians against Arbroath. It was a win on penalties for Airdrieonians. They're rewarded with a home tie against St Mirren because they beat Livingston on penalties as well. 3-1 Elgin against Camelin Juniors. 3-1 Partick against Montrose. Kelly Dundee. I showed you the winning goal.
Oh,
It's there. It's on the pitch.
what? For the life of me, I can't
Kel
figure
Roos.
out what happened there between the goalkeeper and the defender. Somebody please explain it to me.
Neil McCann would be raging.
Yeah.
Raging.
So the
You'd
ball
be
goes
throwing
up.
stuff about.
If you've not watched it, guys, please go on BBC's website and see it. The ball goes up high into the sky.
Yeah.
No one is near. And
There's nobody about.
defender and keeper challenge each other for the ball. It falls to Dre Wright, taps into an empty net, and a Dundee go through. And the reward is away to Celtic in the next round.
Did you see that when Scottish Gas Scottish Cup, the official X account tweeted the live draw? That's the first place I went because I'd been in the cinema, came out, looked, and it said Celtic v Dundee United at Celtic Park. And I was like, you're kidding me. Someone just made a mistake. I've never been more happy for a mistake in my life.
Kelty win over Cove Rangers on penalty. As we know, it was Falkirk who beat Hearts on penalties. 1-0 done Aberdeen over Wraith. 2-0 Celtic. And tomorrow night it is Stranraer versus Queen's Park in the rearranged fixture from the weekend, the winner of which plays Rangers. So let's go through the fifth round draw. It is Aberdeen versus Motherwell. Airdrieonians.
Yeah,
Motherwell.
let's do it,
I'm going to
let's do
shut
it.
them out.
Let's go. Airdrieonians, St Mirren.
St Mirren,
Celtic, Dundee.
Celtic,
Dundee United, the Spartans.
Dundee United,
Dunfermline, Kelty.
the Pars,
Elgin, Partick Thistle.
Partick Thistle,
Rangers, Stranraer, Queen's Park.
Rangers,
Stenhousemuir, Falkirk.
Falkirk.
You might as well not turn up now. And let's look at the Europa League fixtures. Bologna, Celtic, Rangers, Ludogorets. And on Tuesday night, it is Livingston versus St Mirren in the only match that is not still to be rearranged. And
Can I say?
Yeah.
I just figured it out. Do you know how many games Livingston have gone without a win this season?
Go for
Go
it.
on.
21. 21 games without a win. So that could be 22 if St Mirren take it on Tuesday.
What? St Mirren need a win there.
Yeah.
Both of them do.
Well, they both do, but St Mirren have just been in free fall.
And in terms of the weekend's games, it's Motherwell against Kilmarnock. It is Dundee United against St Mirren. Aberdeen against Livingston. Falkirk versus Hibernian. And Rangers against Dundee, all on Saturday. And then Rangers Dundee is on
Rangers
Sunday,
yeah.
alongside Hearts versus Celtic. What?
Next
a game.
Monday's podcast could be one of the worst or one of the best ever.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll
that
see.
meltdown we had about half an hour ago from you could just be the appetizer.
Well, the thing is, though, when I watch that back, and I will watch that back, I just think that you two probably ganged up on me there, and I found it a wee bit disrespectful.
That's fine. Good.
You
Well,
okay? Do you want a wee minute?
See that? That's patronising
It
as
is.
well.
Can I be honest with you? Can I be really honest with you?
No, I don't want you to be honest with me.
You were annoying me that you weren't admitting that Hearts should have won that game and that they had no right to lose to Falkirk.
We're not getting back to
so
this.
See, to get you to react, I actually feel quite good about it.
Yeah, we'll clip it up and see what other people think. The Scottish League One, Hamilton, despite all their issues, and you need to do a podcast in itself to talk about the issues at Hamilton, they won again. at the weekend. So that's 2 wins in the last three. 3-2 win over Peterhead. It's not looking good, is it, for Hamilton? Off-field issues on the brink of...
I can't remember a time where there weren't off-field issues at Hamilton. There always seems to be a problem there.
Yeah, the next few weeks are going to be critical for the survival of that club.
Yeah.
Never mind going
It's just
into the end of the season.
It's just the fans. Like, I know we all say that, but like if it were your team, you'd be absolutely devastated to see them go through that. So you hope they can figure it out somehow.
And in Scottish League 2, East Kilbride pulled 3 points back on the Spartans, who were in Scottish Cup action. So they are both played 19 games, and Spartans are 5 clear of East Kilbride.
We just need to do a break before we do the quiz, because I totally forgot to put that in somewhere else in the script. So.
Oh, I was going to go to a break anyway.
Sorry.
The only other
Sorry,
thing to
Ronnie.
note is that any team on Saturday that could have chose to pay for VAR decided not to.
I think that VAR should not be involved in any games. If you can't have it at Stenhousemuir, you shouldn't be able to have it at Ibrox.
In terms of the Scottish Cup, you mean?
Scottish Cup.
Well, I think, yeah.
You have to have them at televised games. That's the rule.
I think that's the most ridiculous rule. I think that VAR is either for everyone or nobody. It's the same competition. It's either everyone or no one.
I think I was speaking to Stephen Robinson about it.
And then you only get to VAR in the semi-finals and the final.
Okay. He kind of said he was delighted that, no, because they split the cost between the Premiership clubs. So Livingston opted not to, St Mirren agreed. He was like, do you know what? Fine. We get to celebrate a goal if it's a goal. The linesmen's have to actually put their flag up, not just wait for us to be told to put a flag up. It's a proper game of football again. That's what his point was.
And I think it should be that in the Scottish Cup.
Do you think it's a real damning indictment?
Sad indictment of Scottish of the VAR in this country that clubs are opting not to because they prefer not to have it.
Correct. That says it all for you.
I think if there was a vote on it, I think that you would get mightily close to VAR being binned. So we'll see what happens in the next round. So that is your Scottish Cup recap, review, a cracking weekend, and we have another cracking weekend coming up, absolutely. So that is all for part 1. We'll be back in a few moments with our team of the week and, of course, the quiz, where Ewan is trying to claw back an 8-3 deficit. Will he? Spoiler alert, probably not. But we'll be back after our sponsors speak to you about what they do. Windows and doors, probably. Take it away, Ronnie. The STV Radio Football Show is brought to you by C.R. Smith. C.R. Smith Windows and Doors have been going for over 50 years. That's an incredible amount of experience. C.R. Smith offers 0% interest-free credit for up to 5 years, and you'll pay nothing until 2027 at 3.9% APR representative. C.R. Smith have over 150 iconic vans across the country. Remember, C.R. Smith are Scotland's top-rated windows and doors company on Trustpilot. Okay, time to get back to the STV Radio Football Show.
The STV Radio Football Show, brought to you by C.R. Smith.
Welcome back to the STV Radio Football Show. Ewen Cameron, Callum Bell and myself, Ronnie Charters, and we have discussed the Scottish Cup and the rest of the SPFL fixtures. Let's get to our team of the week.
Can I go first?
You can indeed.
Stenhousemuir.
Steny, good pal.
4-0 win over Morton.
Gary
Unbelievable.
Naismith, you should go to him on.
I will get him on. You say this every week, right? I will get him on. He's agreed to come on.
Good.
I will one week get him in.
Yeah, because you're best pals.
Yeah.
I'm
Team
sure.
of the week for you, Callum.
Oh,
Dead
there it
easy
is.
for me. It's
Yeah.
gonna go for
Honestly, you've
team-
sold out your
a
morals
team
to a
top
club
of
you didn't
League-
even know.
Team top of League 2 to beat another team second in League 1, and they didn't look out of place, so I'll give it to the Spartans. And they get to play a massive club in the next round in Dundee United.
I hope they pump you.
Who's your team of the week?
Dunfermline,
Shout.
Shout.
Lenny,
Shout.
difficult period for him. He's came back. He's won.
Yeah.
Hibs are out. And you're right. I think they're my pick. So let me ask you this. The pick for the dark horse to go furthest.
Dunfermline, because they'll get to quarterfinals, they'll beat Kelty.
Dunfermline for you is that like one of we know your Celtic and your Rangers and all that. They're expected to go all the way. Callum,
I can't.
Motherwell are a dark horse.
no. See,
no,
Motherwell are
you
third favourites to win it. They're no dark horses.
No, but to win it, I'm talking about winning
Right,
it. But I think Dunfermline
let's
would
look
be.
at a lower team that's going to go far.
Thistle, because they've got Elgin too. But that's not a giant killing, but I
Yeah.
think Thistle will be in the quarterfinals too. You,
Yeah.
Ronnie? Anyone else?
No, I can't see Stenhousemuir getting past Falkirk. I can't see Stranraer, Queen's Park getting past Rangers.
No.
Airdrie maybe beat St Mirren?
I think
No?
Dunfermline and Partick, one of them, are likely to get to the semi-finals.
Depending on how it goes.
Depending how the draw goes, but
Yeah.
you look
Well,
at them two, you think they've got a chance.
I think if they both get through, they'd want each other, wouldn't
would
they?
want each
Yeah.
other.
And then
Then you've got Hampden to look forward to.
Fantastic. So that is the teams of the week. One other piece of footballing matters is the Scotland friendlies ahead of the World Cup have just been announced this morning at time of recording. On the Saturday, the 28th of March, we will be playing at the Barclays Hampden Stadium.
Where's that?
It's Hampden.
Mount Florida.
Oh, I think it's somewhere in America.
No, I know. It's called. I keep
Barclays.
forgetting now that they've it's been a sponsorship.
That's right,
So
yeah.
Barclays Hampden at a 5 p.m. kickoff. So Japan, and then when we get to the crux of it, the final send-off match, Saturday the 30th of May. 1 p.m. kickoff against Curaçao, and that is Scotland's farewell match before they head over to the States. It's all getting a bit real now, isn't it?
It does feel a bit more real, especially since we've got into 2026.
Yeah.
Now
And
that we're into the year
Do you
of
know
the
what I'm
World
doing?
Cup.
Do you know what I'm doing? Every weekend, I am tiptoeing onto Twitter or X or whatever to see that, make sure that John McGinn and Billy and Scott McDonald have been injured. I'm just at that point now. Like no one. I know Billy Gilmore's out, and he was down in. I think he was down in Saltcoats for over Christmas time, where I reside, and he was chatting to a few folk. He thinks he'll be fine for it,
For the World Cup.
but we'll see. It's still. I mean, he's still out till about March, April time.
And you know John McGinn went off at the weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
So let's hope that's not
18 minutes
anything
in.
too serious. And Morocco, one
Yes.
of our opponents, was in the AFCON final last night.
Against Senegal.
And
Senegal walked off.
What a exciting game of football.
It's mad. That is like properly. That's not a great look for African football, is it?
No.
That the managers are making teams walk
Walk
off
off
pitches
and all that stuff,
The
yeah.
referee got the decision. Can you imagine that was in Scotland? You never have a game. Jeez Louise. So, Morocco look decent though.
Morocco are a brilliant side.
Yeah.
They're one of the best sides to have come out of Africa in a number of years. They were outstanding at the last World Cup. I actually think because of the conditions, I think Morocco are a dark horse to win the World Cup. I really do.
That's absolutely ludicrous.
No,
Scotland
did you not watch them at the last World Cup?
I said it.
Did you not watch Morocco at the last
I said
World
it when we
Cup?
drew them. Scotland won't lose to Morocco. Scotland will not lose to Morocco. We'll see. We'll see who's right.
Did you not watch Morocco at the last World Cup?
Yeah, I did. I had them in the sweepy.
Right, and did you
The
not
STV
watch
sweeping.
them during the AFCON?
Yeah, they're decent,
Of course, they're more than decent.
but
right?
Scotland won't lose to them.
This the heat is going to be a factor for Scotland, isn't it? STV haven't firmed up our plans yet. We're hoping to be over there. I don't know if I get over there how I'm going to survive that. That's going to be bad.
I mean, your
Factors.
complexion.
Yeah.
No.
Thank God Scott Brown's no picked for the Scotland team.
And the Wraith Rovers captain.
The Wraith Rovers player I had. Me and him, ginger hair.
Right,
so
quiz.
yes. So let's get to it then. Thank you so much for the football chat, gentlemen. It was great.
Where's the quiz
joy.
stuff? Where's the
Ewan-
quiz stuff?
It's right in front of you. Can't
Moron.
do
Oh,
it.
you got some new boards.
No, he forgot them,
forgot
so he had to borrow God's. Thank you, God,
Thank
for
you, God.
lending us your stuff.
I got the pink one. You got the blue one.
Yeah, great.
Thanks, God.
We subtle jives. I love it.
Okay, shall we just wire right in?
Yeah, let's do
Well,
it.
it's 8-3 to me.
It's
We're very close to the fact that Ewan's getting. I can smell the sequence in Hairspray, mate.
Just you take over from here, mate.
Who's yawning?
already. I've not even started speaking.
Sorry.
Hello and welcome to the STV Radio Football Show, end of show, game show, quiz show. You and Ronnie do a quiz. There's 5 questions. The person that gets the most right wins. It's 8-3 to Ronnie. You and that's absolutely brutal from you. Let's
The
see if you can
amount
bring
of
it back.
people who have messaged to say that we are so bad and they keep beating us every week.
Really?
Like properly bad.
But we're not good.
Including our wee pal. Who's our wee pal? Harry that shot himself. What is
Harry
it?
Hatless.
Harry Hatless.
Harry is Hatless.
Well, Harry, let's see how you do this week against you and I. Right, come on. We're now playing against him.
Play along at home.
Let's go.
Question
Go.
1.
Go.
Across the year, not the season, across the year 2025, Hearts only lost to this one team twice. So the same team beat them twice. Name that team. Name that team. Say it again for people at home, for you, Harry, who shat less.
2025.
Across the year 2025, Hearts only lost to one team twice. Name them. Why are you so tired? What, are you going
He's
to go to
doing the
bed
breakfast
early
show
enough?
now, remember?
Oh, aye.
Yeah, but I've also popped some pills before I came over here.
Right.
I did a pop 2 pills before I came in.
Is that why you talk so much nonsense?
Aye.
No, I was lucid up until the last 5 minutes, and I don't know whether I'm here or gone or where I am. Hello.
Team.
If you could write a team down, Ronnie.
I've written down a team.
Across the year 2025. Stop. Across the year 2025, Hearts only lost to one team twice. Name that team.
Aberdeen.
St Mirren.
Both wrong. Hibs.
Did they? You should know that. You're a Hearts fan. Well, no, you're a Rangers fan, but still, you should know that. You pretend to be a Hearts
Was
fan.
it Hibs?
Hibs.
Maybe a blank took my head because it's Hibs.
Probably. So
Because
you're
not a Hearts fan. But
0 for 1.
Right, go on. And you can't put my leg out because my leg's actually
Aye.
gave me jip.
Oh, Christ.
Go on.
Across-
Can you see up my shorts?
Speak.
Thankfully, no.
Is
okay.
the focus still okay, or are you just getting the bottom of his boot?
that's fine if that's the case.
We're all good.
Thank you, mate. It's God's a professional. Other than Celtic, name the 2 teams who've exclusively played in the Scottish top flight since 1990. So there's 3 teams in total that have played in the top flight consistently since 1990. One of them is Celtic. Write down the other 2. There are no half points. Other than Celtic, name the 2 teams who have exclusively played in the Scottish top flight since 1990.
That's a good one.
Thank you very much.
He's looking at league tables. You're
No,
looking
no.
at league. Yeah, you are.
There's
I
no
could
league
see you
table in
looking-
front of me. It's the Scottish Cup results.
Yeah, you were looking at the teams that
Cameron
were.
Juniors isn't in it. Calm down.
Right, you were looking at
I've
teams.
got 2 answers.
Why were you looking at the teams on the bit of paper that you cheat and get?
You done?
Nah. Hold on.
Sorry, Cara's just boarding a flight to San Francisco, so I'm just saying love you.
Where's Bonnie Blue going?
Her name's
See,
Cara.
this, honest to God, you do this now on purpose.
Why is she going to San Francisco?
In case
For
you
work.
didn't know, folks, Callum's in a relationship.
But why
He doesn't mentioning it every week.
But see if I was
Jeez
you.
Louise.
If
You
I was,
mentioned Fraser earlier.
if I was,
I once.
if I was
Teresa
you,
doesn't even get a mention now. You mentioned he's my mum more than Teresa.
That's true.
but why didn't you take time off and go with her to San Francisco?
Because I have
He's
this
got a job.
stupid podcast that I have to do every
Okay.
bloody week.
So, do that question again.
Yep, sure. Other than Celtic, name the 2 teams who've exclusively played in the Scottish top flight since 1990. So 2 teams who haven't been relegated since 1990. Or forced down a couple of leagues. Don't know if that's called relegation or not.
No.
You
Or
got,
got into
have you
some financial trouble. Mate. Oh no, we're stopping there. We're stopping there.
I know one for sure. I can't even think of the second one. Where's the league tables?
There are
I've
no
took
half
2
points.
guesses.
There are
I've
no
took
half
2.
points.
Well, two educated guesses.
5,
There's one that's definitely
4.
true.
3, 2, 1. Time up. Show me your boards.
It's Aberdeen, and I can't think who the other one
Just
is.
have a guess.
Just say a team.
St Mirren, but it's not them either.
Cool.
I
you're
went
wrong.
Aberdeen and Motherwell.
And Ronnie is bang on.
Come on.
Motherwell.
1-0.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, Aberdeen and Motherwell, the only 2 teams who haven't been
Motherwell had a
relegated.
playoff against
Other than
Rangers, didn't they?
Celtic.
Oh, so they did, aye. That's a good question. I like that question, mate.
Thanks, mate. You should try and get some of them right.
Yeah.
Ronnie is 1-0 up after 2 questions.
We're so bad.
I don't think you're going to get this one either.
All right, here we go.
And I'm going to give you. Forget it. 3 players are tied for Kilmarnock. 3 players are tied for Kelly's top league scorer this season with 3 goals. Name any of them.
Wow.
Any of them.
3 goals.
League goals. They have 3 players tied on 3 league goals. I'll take any one of them. I don't think one of them. I don't think you guys know he exists. I genuinely don't, because I didn't. I was like, who?
Got an answer.
Have you got an answer?
Yeah. I don't know he exists.
Because I genuinely didn't know he was a player.
Right, okay.
Right, I've got an answer.
Okay, let's see.
I went with Watkins.
Dackers.
Watkins is incorrect. David Watson.
Uh-huh.
What's your Watson? I've got Watkins.
Yes.
Marley Watkins.
You're
Marley
going for
Watkins.
Dackers?
I went for Dackers.
David Watson, Bruce Anderson, and Tyrese John Jules.
Who?
Exactly.
John Jules is signed on loan. He's a striker. But why did it go from? Dackers scored as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruce Anderson. He
Bruce
scored a
Anderson.
penalty or 2. Yeah. No, still 1-0.
Harry's probably sitting in the Highlands going, I told you, I pair up.
Right, next
Actually,
one.
I might have to edit this part out. I feel like Dackers was on the list. Hold on.
Has Dackers scored 3?
This isn't making the edit. I'm just checking.
Dackers has been injured, to be fair. He just returned for injury. I know the only reason he came...
2. Only on 2.
2.
Dackers on 2. Thank goodness. Okay, you guys have got 1 question right between the 2 of you. Ronnie's 1-0 up after 3 questions. This is awful.
Yeah.
Question 4 of 5. In what year was VAR officially implemented into the Scottish Premiership? I don't want the season. I want specifically the year that VAR was introduced.
The actual year.
The year.
I can tell you the first game of it as well.
I know.
was
Celtic
there.
versus Hearts.
Yeah.
It's controversial. It was used
You
so
got
much.
you got a dodgy handball.
Shut up.
You did. Ange was raging.
So in what year was VAR officially implemented into the Scottish Premiership? Because remember, it was mid-season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They waited 14 games before they introduced it.
So you know that much. You just need, you remember how many games it took. So just tell me the year.
I've guessed a year.
Okay.
I know the details around it. I was at Tynecastle that day.
It's one of two, isn't
It's a
it?
Sunday game on Sky.
I can see Ronnie's written 3 of the numbers so
Yeah.
far. He's just trying to decide what to put as the 4th. Okay, Ronnie, show me first.
2022.
Ewan.
2023.
Ronnie's won. It's 2-0. There's only one question left. It was October 2022.
It was October. Nick Walsh was over at that monitor
Is
most
this the
times.
last question anyway?
Aye.
You could be 0 for 5 here.
It doesn't matter. Well, he might just only be 2 for 5 as well.
2 more than you.
Could be 3. Who have Rangers signed Andreas Skov Olesen from on loan with an option to buy?
Right, I know that.
Thank goodness.
So it's going to be 3-1.
Fine, let's see it.
Bologna. Oh no, it's Wolfsburg. Who's Bologna?
Who's Celtic
Oh
are
no, it's
playing?
Carlson. It's Carlson to Aberdeen. I'm thinking, oh my God, I've had enough.
3-0, Ronnie. 9-3 over the series.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. It's
Wow.
been a good week this week. He's hobbling up.
You take my headphones off.
Jeez, sorry guys. He's
you
hobbling.
swear?
He always leaves.
I left my crutches in the sofa.
Yep, you have. Right, you're blocking. I'm doing this the
do you
bad way,
want
but you're blocking my
Do
camera.
you
I
want me
need
to
to say
get
goodbye
this?
to
Do you
the
want me to get
partners.
them for you?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. That is all for this week of the STV Radio Football Show. It was a Scottish Cup special. We hoped you enjoyed Ewan's tantrum and everything in between. He's
Do the Bologna answer.
No.
Bologna answer, no
Why
chance.
would I do that?
Thank you so much for listening and for watching. As ever, you can keep up to date with all the very latest on our social media channels, TikTok, Instagram. Do we have a Facebook?
No.
No. But we do have a TikTok and an X account and everything else. Bye, Ewan.
Bye, Ewan.
Thank you so much. Oh, whoa. You're caught. Oh, shit. His moon boot's caught on the wire. Guys, we're going to say cheerio before he wrecks the joint. Please like, please subscribe, please share, and whatever you're doing with your week, have a fantastic week. We'll be back next week with that bumper edition because Hearts will be taking on Celtic on this Sunday. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.
The STV Radio Football Show, brought to you by C.R. Smith.
The STV Radio Football Show is brought to you by C.R. Smith. C.R. Smith are famed for those iconic Rangers and Celtic sponsorships in the 80s and 90s. And C.R. Smith are currently offering 0% interest-free credit for up to 5 years. C.R. Smith are Scotland's top-rated windows and doors company on Trustpilot. Remember, C.R. Smith are totally professional in their field. Thank you to C.R. Smith, and thank you for listening. We'll catch you next time on the STV Radio Football Show.